Ahead of today's autumn budget, Chancellor Rachel Reeves made it clear she'd be taking what she called fair and necessary choices, and that signalled tax rises were coming. Now the budget's out, the big question is, what does that actually mean for property investors, landlords, and the wider market? I'm Tom Cooper here with Knight Knox, and here's what you need to know. First off, Budget Day started with a bit of drama thanks to an early leak from the OBR statistics, which had markets scrambling even before the Chancellor had stood up. But once the dust settled, we got a clearer picture. Nearly £30 billion in tax measures were announced, mainly from freezing income tax thresholds for longer and tightening rules around pensions and salary sacrifice schemes. There are also new revenues coming from property taxes, gambling duties, and even a tax on electric vehicles. Around £12 billion of that will be added back into the public spending, so it's a mixed package. For investors, one change worth noting is the 2 percentage point rise on property income, dividends, and savings. In practical terms, this means that a small increase in tax you'll pay on profits. So, for example, on £10,000 of rental income, the extra tax works out to be roughly between £200 and £400, depending on your band. And it's not ideal, but it's manageable. And for most landlords with strong yields, this won't fundamentally change the investment case. There's also a new mansion tax, a higher value council tax surcharge for properties over 2 million. Charges start at £2,500 a year and rise up to £7,500 for homes above 5 million. Importantly, this doesn't affect the vast majority of buy-to-let investors because most rental stock sits nowhere near that price point. And finally, with taxes rising by almost 30 billion and the government spending increasing by around 12 billion, the upside is that this combination is expected to push inflation down over time. Lower inflation could eventually support lower interest rates, which is good news for investors and the wider housing market. As always, we'll continue to guide our clients through the changes and identify the strongest opportunities in the market. If you want to discuss what this means for your portfolio or your next investment, get in touch with the team.